Evening session here from Dr. Vijay Kumar Dalla sir. Department is a assistant professor, mechanical engineering department, NIT Jamshedpur, and they are talking about the session, taking the session about robot dynamics now. And about the speaker, Vijay Kumar Dalla sir has done PhD in robotics from IIT Roorkee in 2016, MTech in material science from IIT Bombay in 2008, and BE in mechanical engineering from Government Engineering College Bilaspur, Guru Ghasidas University. Research products, fabrication of porous ceramic component of solid oxide fuel cell, development of technique for abrasive particulate coating on metal disc. And you can see invited talks. There are so many are there. All AICTE approved talks, and also Atal. Everything is there here. You can see here. So, and also organized short-term courses. They are organized so much of trainings here. Actually, we got sir's info, Vijay Kumar sir info in the website itself on Atal brochure. So we have seen that, and we have called them for to ask guidance regarding how to conduct Atal FDP and all those things. After we got approval. So, and today we got opportunity that Vijay Kumar Dalla sir has become a resource person for our event here. So we are very happy, sir, to guide us and to be here as for us. And also you can see there are so many TechUp organized, AICT, Atal organized, AICT, Swayam, NPTEL. There are so many trainings they have conducted there. And also he is a life member of Association of Machines and Mechanism, life member of the Robotics Society, and you can see their achievements, certification of appreciation, Teacher Innovation Award in 2019 and 20, Sri Aurobindo Society of Sustainable Efforts towards promoting experiential, joyful and innovative teaching through implementation of zero investment innovative ideas, computer languages, C++, software packages, Symbol Shakti, Symbol Link for bond graph modeling of dynamics, languages known, English and Hindi. So there are so many things are there. So to give a brief introduction about sir. So Vijay sir, can you hear me, sir? Yeah. So we are happy to see you here, sir, because first we have conducted, just contacted you to get the information about the FDP, and today we are happy that you are our resource person here. So we are now I am handing over you to you, sir, to this session. So over to you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Dhruv Kumar, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for giving this opportunity. Okay, now I'm going to share my PPT. Yeah, is it visible, sir?
Yes, sir. It's visible, sir. It's visible.
Okay. Yeah. So thank you. It's my great opportunity to be called as resource person, and I'm also lucky to interact with the participants from different parts of country. So really, it's a good opportunity, and thank you for this. So I'm going to talk about dynamics of a robot. Okay. So firstly, what is a robot? You might be knowing, because it's a fourth day of this training program. So obviously you might be knowing, but once again, whenever you are going to define a robot, you should always remember the two keywords. There are a number of definitions, the broad definitions. In a dictionary also you can find, but which the best one is according to RIA. So there are two keywords. Robots are a multifunctional and reprogrammable automatic machine designed to move materials, parts, tools for getting different kind of tasks following various operations. Okay. Now, what about dynamics? So you might be knowing kinematics, dynamics, kinetics. Okay, so in dynamics, it deals about the motion of a robot and the cause of this motion. Okay, whether force or torque. Okay, so this was about little bit regarding the justifying the topic dynamics of a robot. Okay. So little bit I will start from kinematics, then I will go to dynamics. Okay, robot molecular kinematics, in which we deal about only the motion entities like positions, velocities, accelerations. So you can see this figure, this below one is the base, and the links are connected by the joints. These theta 1, theta 2, theta 3 are the joints. Okay, and there will be torque also. We can show suppose at theta 1 torque, suppose there will be tau 1, tau 2, tau 3 at joint 3, and the and effector here it is written tool. So you can say also tool is attached to the wrist of the manipulator. And we should always remember we have to put coordinate systems at the each joint. Okay, or where we want to know about the we want to know about information.
Sir, your speaker is muted, sir. Your speaker is the mic is muted, sir.
Oh, sir.
Now it is muted, sir. Also, just you can maximize the screen, sir, because it is showing a little bit low. You can maximize the screen, sir, here in the top.
Okay. Okay. Is it?
Yeah. Now it's okay, sir. Clear, sir. Thank you.
So this definition of dynamics and the definition of robot, I think it was not audible.
No, sir. It is everything audible now. Just a few seconds back, it has got closed, sir.
Okay. Okay. So regarding these robot manipulators, the parts of the manipulators, okay, which is also known as the robot anatomy, and at each joint we need to put sensors which will tell about information of torque, input torque. Okay. So it just a little bit about the kinematics, then I will go to dynamics part. So kinematic chains, generally the serial manipulators are used for any kind of operations. Generally, out of the various types of manipulators like parallel serial manipulators, parallel manipulators, or you can say humanoid or others. Generally, serial manipulators are being used. Okay. So I'm not going to detail more in kinematics part. And then you might be knowing the difference between the forward kinematics and the inverse kinematics. In the forward kinematics, the joint variables will be given as input, and we need to find out the joint positions. Okay, but in the case of inverse kinematics, the joint with a set of joint variables will be given, like theta 1, theta 2, and so on. The joint will be that we have to find out, but the Cartesian coordinates x, y, z will be given as input, but we need to find out the joint variables. Okay, so in that we will get the multiple solutions, like this is my target point object and I have to reach, I have to touch it. Suppose you can say I have to deal with this object. So there are a number of ways to reach this point, like this way, or like this way. Okay, so this is the beauty of inverse kinematics. So this we can understand by this block diagram. You can see FK forward kinematics, IK denotes inverse kinematics, and links and joint parameters. These are left side and the right side. Joint space description, and right side Cartesian space description. Joint space description means regarding joint angles. Yeah, you can say joint variables. Okay, joint variables, it may be either joint angles or joint offsets. Joint offset in the case of prismatic joint. Joint angles in the case of angular rotating joint. Okay, so for the given joint variables, what are our Cartesian coordinates, which is known as forward kinematics, and if we reverse for the given Cartesian space description, what will be the a set of joint angles, then it will be known as inverse kinematics. Okay. And this is the example of serial manipulators. Serial manipulator. Here we have shown in 2D form. It may be either 3D or 2D. Here we have shown it as 2D. 2D means only two coordinates are considered, whether x, y, y, z, or zx. Okay, here x, y are considered. Okay, so you can see serial manipulators means the links are connected serially by the joints. Okay, and the link 0, the base is the link 0. Okay, and regarding degrees of freedom, you might be knowing, but again I'm detailing because the purpose of this course, I have conducted 3 Atal FDP on robotics and artificial intelligence, 2 are on robotics, 1 on artificial intelligence. So the purpose is just creating environment for learning the basics of this kind of you can say thrust areas like robotics, artificial intelligence, 3D printing. So just creating awareness. Then little bit we can discuss about some research parts, but basics we should know. Okay. Like if you see this equation, YE, the position for Y direction E and effector, the and effector position in Y direction. Okay, so see, based on this, please let me know it's a robot of how many degrees of freedom. You can put your answer in chat box. Please see this equation and let me know how many degrees of freedom are there. And the condition is all the joints are active. Passive means the joints are not motorized, not controlled. But active means the joints are controlled. So all the joints are controlled. Okay. So you can see theta 1, theta 2, theta 3. There are 3 joints, active joints. So it means 3 degrees of freedom. Okay. And in robotics, each active joint is considered 1 degree of freedom. In space, Suppose a rigid body is in space, so there will be 6 degrees of freedom. 3 for rotations and 3 for orientations. Sorry, 3 for translations and 3 for rotations. Okay. What about this? Phi E is the configuration, or you can say the orientation of the whole manipulator. And what is the difference between manipulator and a robot? Sometimes we say robot, sometimes we say manipulator. So a manipulator is a robotic arm, means both are interchangeable words. Sometimes we say manipulator or robot. Okay. And this I have used one term, configuration. So configuration means position plus orientation, and it is also known as the pose of the manipulator. Pose of the manipulator means position plus orientation. Okay. Quickly I am moving because my main purpose is to discuss about robot dynamics. Okay. And you can see multiple solutions I have used. So see this configuration and see the target point. See that suppose our target point is here reached, suppose. So reached is our target point, and see how the robot and effector. Suppose this is and effector. Okay, how and effector is here, but you can consider assume here it is a and effectors. So see the way of reaching the point. Okay, so elbow up configuration, you can see this one elbow up, like elbow up, and this is the elbow down configuration. And these are the limits of joint angles. Okay, because without putting a limits, a robot can use any robots for their benefits, or you can say it can exploit the particular joints, and it can move more than the required. Then what will be? There will be chances of failure of actuators, failure of hardwares. Okay. And you might be knowing DH parameters and why it is required. Geometrically also we can, like this way, geometrically we can get the robot tip positions, but why DH convention is required? This is the question. So the answer is here, for the simplest case of, for the simple robot, we can use the geometric approach. But suppose a robot is having a number of degrees of freedom like 10, 20, and it's in a 3D. So we need to opt the DH convention. Okay, and what is the full form of DH? The full form of DH, you can see here, Dana-Waite-Hartenberg parameters. Okay, DH, Dana-Waite-Hartenberg, it's the name of two scientists. Okay, and the main things are, there are 4 parameters. This one, alpha, A, D, theta. So alpha, twist angle, A, the length, D is the joint offset in the case of prismatic, and the theta is the joint angle in the case of rotary. Okay, and alpha, if suppose like earlier, the both axes are like this, parallel. Okay, as you can say, both are coinciding to each other. But what is happening? It becomes like that. Okay, it becomes like that, and so if you want to get the angle, okay, so angle of difference will be here, alpha. Okay, if there will be no angle, then it will become the previous position, means parallel in position. Both will be in parallel. Both axes will be in parallel. Okay, A means link length. Okay. So in this way, we can define, we can get the derivation of at the last the homogeneous transformation matrix. Okay, at the last, uh, this this one is the homogeneous transformation matrix, and here this one. So by putting the values of angles, we will get like this one. Am I right? No, no, no. These are these parameters. By putting values of these, we will get a matrix. Here it is not shown. So see, this matrix, which is known as homogeneous transformation matrix. So you might be knowing what is the meaning of transformation. Transformation means making movement of any object from one point to the another point. Means making movement in space. Okay, and see here, this is by mistake it is written 1, but it should be I. I means T, the transformation. Am I audible now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are audible, sir.
Okay. I, so there is a transformation between I and I minus 1. I minus 1, it means the previous axis. Okay. I, the present axis. Let me know, please. It is covered now in the previous lecture, whether it is covered or not.
Covered, sir, covered.
Covered, na? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, now I'm coming to dynamics part. So dynamics of manipulator, and again we are going to define kinematics and the dynamics. The kinematics deals with the relative relation between position and orientation of the end effector, and the joint variable of the manipulator without considering the mass of the links or the forces torques acting on the manipulator. In the simple language, it deals about only motions, and the motions means the positions, velocities, accelerations, and dynamics. It deals with the relation between position, velocity, and acceleration of the robot's joints, along with the force, torque, moments exerted at each joint to cause the motion. Okay. So in a manipulator, each joint, suppose each joint is motorized, active, then we need an input torque so that joints can be rotated as per the design. Okay. So outline of this basically dynamics of robot, introduction, length, and other methods. I will discuss about other methods, and 1 degree of freedom, string mass system, and the same for 2 degree of freedoms, and 1 degree of freedom concentrated mass system. Then I will come back. I will come to the 1 degree and 2 degrees of freedom robotic manipulator by considering the point mass and concentrated mass system, or you can say this concentrated means a point, this distributed mass system. Okay, so these are some robots. And why dynamics, the study of dynamics is required. I will be discussing. These are some robots, and the KUKA is the, you might be knowing, it is very famous industrial robot. And you might be knowing the firstly industrial robot was made. Then nowadays there are number of applications of robots. It can be used in space, it can be used in water, underwater, it can be used in nuclear, and there are number of applications. Okay. And why dynamics of manipulator, the study of dynamics of manipulator is required. Okay. So by considering only kinematics part, we cannot control a robot. And what is the meaning of control here? Control means minimizing the error between the reference velocity and the actual velocity of the robot tip. And one thing you should remember, whenever we are talking about control, so it means the and factor. Okay, whenever we are talking about control motion of the manipulator, means the our main concentration is the and factor, means and factor, this one, and factor of the manipulator. Okay. So controlling means minimizing the error between the reference velocity and the actual velocity. What is the reference velocity? Reference velocity is the given time varying path equation, means predefined path given to the robot tip. That is the reference position. And the predefined, suppose velocity will be given, then it will be known as the reference velocity. And what about the actual velocity, the actual behavior of the manipulator while dealing with the object, while dealing with the while doing any kind of task. Okay. So the main purpose, only by considering kinematics, we cannot control a robot. Okay. Now, robot arm dynamics deals with the mathematical formulations of robot arm motion equations. Okay. So there will be an equation which will carry information about the torques, mass, and forces, moments, kind of things. Okay. It provides an insight into the structure of the robot system. Okay. And it is also a basis for model-based control systems, as I told you. And it is a platform for computer simulations. Okay. So suppose I have designed, whether hardware or modeling I have done, a robot I have considered. Okay. And while dealing, like this is a sanitization, while dealing a robot, I will feel some weight. Okay. Some weight I will feel, and according to that, I have to behave. So robot also, according to the weight, according to the payload means the load of the, you can say the load of the object. According to the weight of the links, weight of the manipulators, it has to behave. So obviously, the motion will change according to the weight of the object. So that's why we need to consider. Without considering the weight, without considering the mass, without considering the force required to get a desired motion, we cannot get the desired task to be completed. Okay. And for simulation, also if you only consider kinematics, so the behavior will be different. If we add the dynamics part, so different behaviors will be different, and that will be actual. Okay, just 1 minute. Okay, now what are the different approaches to analyze the system's dynamics? So they are basically, mainly we know about two approaches, and the third one, bond graph technique, is also, but it is not studied. So we will focus about only the two approaches. Bond graph technique that I have used for my research work. So by using this also, we can also analyze the system. Okay. So first one, Newton-Euler approach. You might be knowing, it's not new thing, but how to apply this in the case of manipulator. So Newton-Euler approach, it is based on the force momentum balancing. Okay, and the Lagrange Euler approach, it is based on the energy. And the bond graph technique, it is a graphical representation of a system, and for this, as input, kinematic equations, kinematic inputs are required, and by the with this help, and with the help of graphical representation, the dynamic equations are automatically derived. And the software we can use the symbol. The software name is symbol, and it's freely available. Okay, so we are going to focus on Lagrangian dynamics, and mainly we are going to focus Lagrangian dynamics. Okay, and which one is the best one? For the simple system, Newton-Euler approach you can use. For the complex system, the Lagrange-Euler approach is the best one. Okay. Now, regarding Newtonian approach, so it is a vector-based method, and for this, it is required to isolate each rigid body from the adjacent bodies. Like rigid bodies, this one, link 1, link 2. The robot links also may be flexible. Here we have considered rigid, so it can be isolated like this way, means a free body diagram. We can make a free body diagram. You can see this one, link 1 and link 2, both got separated, and the reaction forces in x direction and the y direction we have written here as reaction forces, and tau 1 is applying at joint 1, theta 1. Okay, and this one is the gravity, and this is the center of mass of the robot link. Now, so by separating this joint, and you can see this joint is anti-clockwise. So if you separate this link 1, so the reaction, as a reaction, it will be clockwise. Okay, and the force factors F to Y in Y direction, F to X in X direction. In this way, we can make a free body diagram. And this is a photograph of Lagrange, and the method is given by his name, Lagrangian approach. Okay. Now, these are some examples. So we will start from spring mass system. It is a cart system. See, there is only mass 1, and in this case, figure B, there are 2 masses. Okay. So equation of motion for single degree of freedom is spring mass system. Okay. And but we need to this is based on the Lagrangian approach, so we should know about that. Okay, before that, I want to discuss this one, Newton's formulation. As I told you, this is a force balance equation, and it is based on the Newton's second law. And the equation you all are aware, F is equal to ma. Okay, and this is in the case of linear acceleration, and in the case of angular acceleration, it will be F becomes tau, M becomes I here, A becomes alpha here. Okay, so regarding the Lagrangian formulation, okay, so this L is equal to K minus P, Lagrangian, it is known as Lagrangian operator, and or simply Lagrangian. It is defined as L is equal to K minus P, and K denotes the kinematic energy of the system, P denotes the potential energy of the system. Okay, and how to formulate any force equation or torque equation, or simply you can say dynamic equations. Okay, so see this one, Fi. Okay, and I denotes number of joints. So see this one, it has 2 parts. There are 2 terms. You can say the left and the right. The right one is the partial derivation of partial differentiation of this L with respect to the position x. Okay, and again the time differentiation of this partial differentiation of L, but with respect to here the velocity, not position. Okay, in this again, in left side and the right side, this is the differentiation with respect to x, and the x is what? The position. Okay, but here in the first term, the differentiation, partial differentiation of L, Lagrangian, with respect to the velocity, linear velocity. Okay, and again we need to differentiate with respect to time of this partial differentiation. Okay, similarly for in the case of rotational motion, F becomes tau here, L will remain same, but x dot will be obviously theta dot, the angular velocity, and x is the position, linear position. So here it becomes the angular position. Okay, okay. So once again, based on differentiation of energy terms, you can see energy terms L depends upon K minus P. That's why energy terms with respect to systems variable. Okay, systems variable means x, theta, and a time. If Q1, Q2, Qn, and Q1 dot, Q2 dot, and Qn dot. Means these are the generalized coordinates. These are the generalized velocities are the joint position and the velocity variables which are known as the generalized coordinates of a robot manipulator respectively. Then its a kinematic energy K is a function of this Q dot I. Q dot I means this velocity. Q is the generalized coordinates. So the dot, if we put dot here, it means the velocity. And what is the meaning of generalized coordinates? These variables are sufficient to define any system, to describe any system. Okay. Now coming back. Okay. This one, it is a spring mass system and 1 degree of freedom. Why? Because here is only single mass M1. Okay. So here notation is different. I have taken from one of my colleague, Dr. A.K. Mandal. So notation is different here, but the equation, the theme of equation is same here. Here, kinematic energy, I have written there K. So, and here also I am taking the same. K is equal to 1 by 2 M1 X dot 1 square. Kinematic energy, you all are aware. And this one, the potential energy, I have shown, I have described as P. So 1 by 2 K1 X square, X1 square. Okay. And the K1 is what? The spring constant, spring stiffness, and the X1 is variable. It is showing the direction of motion. And F1 is the force applied to this spring mass system. You can say the externally applied force. Okay. So with the help of this energy, kinematic energy and the potential energy, we have to put here the Lagrange equation, kinematic energy minus the potential energy, then we will get this one. Now we have to apply the Lagrange equation. So this is the equation, and see this one. So suppose this part we have taken here, this part. So L means partial differentiation of L with respect to the x dot means a velocity. So what will be this one? This one. So it becomes M1 x1 dot. Okay. Now again we have to differentiate with respect to time. So x dot becomes now the double dot, means velocity becomes here acceleration. Okay. And in this, because it's a linear motion, there is no theta, that's why we need to apply here the force equation. This one is the force equation. Okay. So ultimately what we get here, this part is over. Now the partial differentiation, this one, the first term is complete. Now the second term here. So second term, see here, it's a differentiation, partial differentiation with respect to x. Here one is not required to write. Okay. So x1, so this one, okay. So it becomes minus K1 X1. And ultimately, by putting all those things in this Lagrange equation, so we get this type of dynamic equation. And this is F1 is equal to M1 X double dot plus K1 X1. So this is the equation of motion. So in till now, if you have any doubt, please ask. I'm taking a 2-3 minutes break. If you have any doubts, you can ask. You can type in chat box.
Sir, what do you mean by x1 double dot?
X1 double dot means acceleration.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, thank you, sir.
Just 2 minutes break. Yeah, please ask any queries till now. If you have any query, please ask. Okay, so shall I continue?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can continue. Sir.
Okay, okay. Yeah, just 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Yeah, is it visible, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's visible, sir.
Yeah, equation of motion, 2 degrees of freedom, spring mass system, is it visible, now?
Yes, sir. Everything is visible, sir.
Okay. So here is 2 degrees of freedom based on this masses m1, m2. That's why it is having 2 degrees of freedom. And see the forces acting on this mass 1, that is F1, time dependent T, and at M2, F2, T variable, means a function of T. Okay. So the same kinematic and the potential equation you can write here for the system 1, you can for the mass 1 and the mass 2, the kinematic energy. And for the potential energy, similarly, you can take 1 by 2 k1 x1 square and plus 1 by 2 k2, this one, and the difference is then x2 minus x1 square. You have to put here square. Okay, then we need to apply the same Lagrangian equation, and it is the velocity, the linear velocity. So no need to apply the torque equation. By applying only the linear equation, we can get the dynamic equations. So nothing else is here. Okay, now I'm coming back to my PPT. Okay, now how to apply the Lagrangian formulation in the case of 1 degree of freedom manipulator, or you can say a pendulum. So see here, m is the mass of the system and L is the length of the link, and this is the direction of angle and direction of the applied torque. Okay, now and here we have considered the point mass, means the concentrated mass at the end. We have considered, and also we have considered the mass of the link is negligible. Okay. So here how to get the K kinematic energy, that will be 1 by 2 m v square. Okay. So V, how to get, this is the vector approach. So V will be what? L cos theta, means X will be, suppose X will be what? X will be L cos theta, Y will be L sin theta. These are the positions, means position of this from this origin. So this will be this from here to here, this length in x direction will be L cos theta. But what about this one? This one will be L sin theta. Okay. So V square will be what? V square will be the resulting, means L square cos theta square plus again L square sin theta square. Okay, and that will be under root. So we will get ultimately and also we need to differentiate that. The position equation we need to differentiate. So by differentiating, what will be? Suppose L cos theta will be minus L sin theta dot theta dot, means the angular velocity. And in the case of vertical direction position, means y tape position, y direction position, what will be? It was earlier L sin theta. So by differentiating with respect to time, it will be L cos theta, and the differentiation of that theta with respect to the time. So that will be the theta dot, means angular velocity. Okay, and then now we have to take under root of the summation of that velocity components. Okay, then we will get this one, L theta dot. This you can practice right now. You can do. Okay. So ultimately we will get this one, 1 by 2 m L square theta dot square. Okay, and what about for potential equation? So P will be mg L sin theta, means this potential energy works in vertical direction. So that's why L sin theta height we need to consider, means it is mgh and h will be L sin theta. Okay, now then L will be k minus p, and k already we have this one, and p already we have this one, and because there is a rotational motion, so we need to apply that the torque equation. Okay, so by applying and doing all those things, we will get this one. If you want to try, you can take 2 minutes and you can try how to differentiate cos theta with respect to time. You can do it. How to differentiate cos theta or sin theta with respect to time. Sometimes we do mistake. Sin theta, we write cos theta, but we forget to write, to include theta dot. Okay, any doubt? Any query?
No, sir. It will come, sir. No problem.
Okay. Now, the Lagrangian formulation for manipulator dynamics in the case of uniformly distributed mass. Okay. Uniformly distributed mass. Now, the link mass also we are going to consider. Okay. Uniformly distributed mass, that we are going to consider. So see, the same x, y is the coordinate system. Coordinate system means it is the reference frame, or you can say the fixed coordinate system. or also you can say it is stationary coordinate system. It is not moving. Okay. Now this one is the link. The length is this from here to O to A. Length is capital L. But what about, suppose this is a small element that we are going to consider. So from this 0 to this this up to this is small l, and this link is oriented by theta angle. Okay, so it is in the which coordinates? Okay, so let OA capital L and the rho with the uniform density of the rod. Okay, then what about the mass of the rod? M will be rho L. Okay, let Q be a point, this Q be a point on a rod at a distance L from O. Okay, this is the suppose our target point, our steady point. This we are going to consider. Okay, then the coordinate of Q. Then we need to know the coordinates. Okay. So what about this x tip means the coordinate in x direction? What will be? X cos 90 minus theta, then it becomes sin theta, L sin theta. Okay, and we need to know about this height. Okay, and it's in minus direction, minus y direction. That's why we have taken here minus L cos theta. Okay, now the velocity will be this one. As I told you, we need to differentiate these coordinates with respect to time. So this theta dot will be common for the both coordinates. Okay. Then what we have to do? Coordinates we have to find out. Okay, this is for x and this is for y. Okay. So why this is required? Because ultimately we want to know the velocity. This one v2. So like earlier it will be L square theta dot square. How? We are going to square and squaring root this by adding this and squaring. Then we will get this one. Okay. Now let dl be a small element, then the kinetic energy of the element is dk is equal to 1 by rho dl. Okay, means m. This is m and m is here. This one rho l. That's why we have written rho, and l instead of l we have taken dl because we are considering the small element. Okay, so m and this v, mv square. So this one m and l square theta dot square. This is the in place of v square. Okay, now how to get the capital K? Capital K means what? The kinetic energy for the full link length. How to get? By integrating and putting the limit 0 to L. Here L1 is not required, okay, because there is only one link. So 0 to L1, that's why I have written here 0 to L. And by putting the expression of dk here, this will be this one. Then we will get this one. Okay, I am in doubt this one. I am not very clear about this. How to get potential energy of the element dl. If you know, this term I'm not getting how to get this, but you can try in your way, and if you understand this, then it's okay. Means in this way we can get potential energy, and how to get this, I am in confusion. That's why I'm not going to detail how to get this. But kinematic energy we got, and by the help of this, we will get the potential energy. Okay. So ultimately, capital L we have to get. Then we have to put all these expressions in the dynamic equations, and we will get the final equation. This is the equation of dynamics or torque equation. Okay. So this is more practical in many real life manipulator. The mass is uniformly distributed, so one can rely on the second example for more practical purpose. Okay. Okay. This we have considered for 1 degree of freedom. Also, by extending one more link, and similarly we can get, we need to add the kinetic energy of this suppose link 1 and the kinetic energy of link 2, and the same for potential energy. Now see, we're going to discuss about 2 degrees of freedom, but we are taking here the point mass. Again, the mass is concentrated at the end of each link. So for link 1, it is concentrated at the end of link 1, and similarly for link 2. Then how to get the kinetic energy and the potential energy? So it is also not very difficult. What you have to do, K, kinetic energy, then I have told K1 plus K2, and the K1 will be this one, this M V square. So V square, how to get that we have done already, and to calculate K2 means kinetic energy for link 2. Position for this, position equations for mass M2, this M2, this is the M2 needed, which are given by X2, means this is the X2 and the Y2. This X2 how to get? L1 sin theta 1 plus L2 sin theta 1 plus theta 2. Okay. Similarly, we can get Y2. And here S12 denotes this one, sin theta 1 plus theta 2. Okay. Similarly, we can get Y2, and by differentiating with respect to time, we can get this velocity for X direction and Y direction for link 2. Okay, and in vector form we can get this one, v2 square is equal to x dot square plus y2 dot square. Okay, then what we have to do? This x dot square, x2 dot square, this one, we have to square it. Similarly, y2 square also, so that we can get v2 square. Okay. So ultimately, it's nothing difficult. Ultimately, we will get the final dynamic equations. Okay. But here, we will get 2 torque equations. Torque 1 for joint 1 at joint 1, and torque 2 for joint 2. So that's why that can be written this one, tau 1 for the joint 1, it is applied at the joint 1, and this tau 2 applied at the joint 2. And this can be written in the matrix form. This tau is equal to tau 1, tau 2 in the matrix form. Okay. Then we will get this one. How many steps here? 1, 2, 3, and this one, the fourth one. Okay. And this we can write in generalized form as M Q dot, then Q double dot. This is a function of M is a function of Q, generalize the coordinates for position and the velocities, plus C, and 8 it is a function of Q and Q dot, same like M, but there is nothing here Q dot, Q double dot, but here this is not here, and the last term plus G Q. G, gravity is also function of Q. Okay. And what about this one? This first term represents inertia matrix. And this second denotes the Coriolis and the centrifugal forces. And the last one signifies the conservative force, or you can say gravity. So with this, thank you. But before that, I would like to take one test for you. So are you ready to? Are you ready? There is one test, and after appearing and submitting, you will get to know your score. So I'm going to share that. Are you ready now? Please let me know. Are you ready? चलिए आप लोग रेडी हो या नहीं हो, मैं तो रेडी हूं. The test link. Okay, the link I am going to share. It will take only 5 minutes. Where's chat box? Yeah, I've shared. Now you can try. You have only 5 minutes. You can try. So please be up here. And after giving test, you can ask me if you have any doubt. Yeah, some are leaving the meeting without giving test. Please appear. And please ask any doubt. Yeah, please ask any kind of doubts. Also give your feedback.
Sir, excuse me,
Yeah.
sir.
Ah,
Sir, I will share this link in the WhatsApp group that has created for FDP Robotics,
okay.
so that everybody will attend in the meantime after
Okay.
they're seeing that one. Right, sir?
Okay.
Is it
Okay.
okay, sir?
Okay, no problem.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you. Where is Rena?
Kumar Dalla.
Yeah. Sunita, oh, are you there? Sunita? So in first question, your answer was all of these. All of these. No, it's a answer. Your answer is wrong. Okay, you please try. Okay, Dhusar, then I think it's over. If they want to ask any question, they may ask.
Okay, sir. Dear participants, we are at the end of the session. If anyone would like to ask question to Vijay Kumar Dalla, sir, please post your question in the chat box, or you can directly interact with sir. Sir, looks like there are no questions.
Okay. या कम से कम बताइए तो लेक्चर कैसा रहा, कैसे यूजफुल रहा या नहीं रहा?
Dear participants, can anyone give the feedback on this session? Sir is looking for some feedback.
Obviously, so that I can improve.
Yeah, sir,
Yeah.
Mr. Mahadev
Yeah, sir.
Katti.
Yeah, sir. Myself, Mahadev Katti, lecturer in Department of Mechanical Engineering, Government Polytechnic, Ravagayabanatti, Bagalkot District, Karnataka. Actually, the topic of the session was very good, dynamics. Because Hiramad sir already have given regarding kinematics. That was very nice session. Dynamics is much more complex than kinematics.
Yeah.
Because it is only actually it is basically oriented with the mathematics. That's the concept is very nice actually, really, but the thing is that we need to understand the concept. That's all. That is the
Yeah.
major thing here. The sir has given excellent explanation regarding the single degree of freedom and 2 degrees of freedom, and also regarding the Lagrangian equation and also Newton equation. But we need to understand the method of how to implement mathematics in the these equations, from these
Yeah.
equations. That's the
Yeah.
major thing here. And sir has given excellent information, and we need to understand those, and we need to practice That's the
Yeah,
real
definitely.
need we need to make it. Thank you so much, sir, for giving such a wonderful session. Thank you so much. And also for the giving opportunity to interact with the resource person. Thank you so much, Dhruv sir and Harish sir.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Mahadev Kapoor sir. In fact, the topics were fixed like that only. In fact, after having a introduction session, we wanted to understand the elements of robot construction. Then we fixed robot kinematics, and then followed by robot dynamics. In between, we wanted to touch upon the important aspects like artificial intelligence and machine learning, and the important applications of robotics as delivered by Rutula Thakur madam in the afternoon session, that is Industry 4.0 or smart manufacturing. So the sessions were actually planned very well, in fact. So like the only thing is that, as mentioned by one of the feedback giver, he mentioned that the complexity of dynamics.
Yeah.
It is not so easy to understand the dynamics part, sir.
Yeah.
That too in the robotics, it requires some, work actually.
Yeah.
So anyway, from your side, the session was really good. Dear participants, if you would like to put any more questions, you're always open to the session. Somebody,
Yeah, good evening. Good evening.
yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, I'm Ramesh Babu, head of the department in mechanical engineering, Sri Venkateswara College of Engineering. Definitely, your presentation was really good. The only problem which those are attending this robotics first time, they will feel difficulty in understanding robot dynamics. Kinematics was very easy. Okay, it was easy to interpret and it has involved less of mathematics. But here,
Yeah.
in your case, it was a lot of mathematics. It is difficult for us to recollect. Okay, that was the main problem I had faced. I don't know about the other participants and all. That is the main problem I had faced and all. And that's the thing. Even when in your what is it MCQ and all, I had little difficulty in what is answering the question. Anyhow, and that too, there is a time constraint within 1.5 hours. It's very difficult to teach the robot dynamics. Even in the NPTEL, they have a separate course for robot dynamics itself. And that is a compiling entire thing in 1.5 hours. You have done your job. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yes, sir. As you mentioned, those who are really into the field can really understand dynamics part. Those who are doing, pursuing research in this particular field would be the real benefiters in this session. Okay. Other than that, the participants who are getting introductory aspects of dynamics. So thanks for the session, sir. Thanks to all the participants, and especially Vijay Kumar Dalla sir. As mentioned by Dhruva sir, we contacted you for a guidance, and later we end up with having you as the resource person for this particular session. And thanks for being part of this faculty development program. And this is the first time we are organizing FDP from our institution.
Yeah.
And
Good.
one thing I want to mention is that, sir, ours is the only polytechnic in Karnataka got approved to conduct 2 FDPs sponsored by ATAL. And the first time we reached you for suggestions, and your guidance was extended to be a resource person. Again, we'll come back to you, sir. We are planning to conduct some more training programs in the coming days. We'll look for your guidance and support in the coming days. Dear participants, thanks for your cooperation. Actually, the session was postponed due to a sudden meeting of Vijay Kumar Dalla sir with the director at NIT Jamshedpur. Anyway, he was a kind person. He had accepted our invitation and delivered the session beautifully. Thanks to her and thanks to all the participants. If you can actually interact with Dalla sir in the offline mode also. He is an open person. Yeah, you can write a mail regarding the dynamics part or any other thing related to robotics. Is that okay, Dalla sir?
Yeah. Yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you so much, and thanks on behalf of Government Polytechnic Harapanalli. Thanks on behalf of principal, staff, and coordinator Dhruva Kumar sir. He got a call actually. On behalf of him, I addressed you. Thanks everyone. Have a nice weekend. I mean, a nice evening, and we'll join back tomorrow sharp at 10 o'clock. Thank you, Ananda. No, no.